Greetings, one and all, and welcome to another scintillating edition of Poetry of a Promo. I am, as ever, your not so humble, in my humble opinion, host. That's right, I'm not afraid of it. I acknowledge it, and in the words of Becky Lynch, I love myself. That was a callback to last week's episode. I do that now. Isn't it scintillating? Isn't it engaging? If it's not, you should go and listen to the previous episode of Poetry of a Promo. Couple of things to take care of, I suppose, that I'm contractually obligated to say before we get going to the meat and vegetable part of this podcast, if I may use those terms. I thank you. I'm allowed to, according to myself. I will use them. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Poetry of a Promo. Do it or don't. I couldn't care less. But you will be able to find out about new episodes of this show. So if that's your sort of thing, go ahead, give us a follow. Ladies and gentlemen, this week I am very excited, for our subject this week is a lord. He is a man. He is a man's man. I will begin with a one-word hint. War games. That is correct. This week we dive in to the debonair, delectably diabolical world of one William Regal. Enjoy. Many of you may remember this particular piece. It is the stuff of legends. And now it is on Poetry of a Promo. Isn't it funny how that works? When the man of many H's was calling out young Eugene, who had interfered in his match the week before, what he got was the ever-dapper and villainous William Regal. Do you enjoy it when I roll the R's? 'Cause I do. Anyway, moving along. Dear, 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 dear. Someone has lost their temper, haven't they? I hate to be the one to inform you, lad, but Eugene isn't here this week. You honestly don't think that I would lead that lamb to slaughter? No, no. What kind of a man do you think would let Eugene into the building last week? Rather perplexing question, isn't it? What kind of diabolical villain do you think would tell Eugene to get involved in your match? It was me, sunshine. You see, me and you, we know each other very well indeed, don't we? Let me give you people a little history lesson. 11 years ago, me and you were a tag team in WCW. In fact, I was your mentor, wasn't I? Yes, indeed I was. What can I say? I mean, let's face facts. Some people People like us, we're just born naughty. We are. That is why we gravitated towards each other. And if you would have used and abused anyone else but that poor boy Eugene, I would have applauded your cunning. But for a clever man like yourself, it was very foolish to take advantage of a disadvantaged boy. Because now you've made an enemy out of me. And if you want a fight, look no bloody further. I will quite gladly now go and change into my ring attire, and I will join you back in that ring, and I will battle you with every ounce of vile and venom in my veins. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not witnessed this promo in its glory, I strongly urge you, seek it out. It is magnificent. Mr. Regal found himself being interviewed before a match with Gold Dust. Mr. Regal had this to say. For context, ladies and gentlemen, he was being interviewed by one Terry Reynolds. You know where this is going. And for those of you that don't, fear not. Mr. Regal explains. Goldust, didn't you used to be married to that young man? What an enchanting affair that must have been. You must be so proud of yourself. So must your mother be so proud of you for doing it. The dirty, filthy, disgusting individual. That ragamuffin. How on earth am I expected to get into the ring and show the class I always show when I have to face an individual such as Goldust? I would like to say that I would give him a thrashing of a lifetime, but he'd probably bloody well enjoy that. All I know is when I'm finished with him, he's going to be crying tears as big as October cabbages. He's going to fight someone who is barbaric, sadistic, and also he has one thing that no other superstar in the WWE has, and that is the power of the punch. And when he feels it, oof, he won't bloody like it, you know. The power of the punch and the poetry of the promo. Magnificent once again. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I feel it is a duty to use the word ragamuffin more in our society. It is necessary and warranted for a comeback. What do the children say these days? Don't at me. What the hell does that mean? don't at me if you disagree. I'll be honest. I must be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know what I've just said. Moving right along to the final, the ultimate, the last, the closing, the main event, if you will, of this week's episode of Poetry of a Promo that you can follow on Instagram and Twitter at Poetry of a Promo. How many times is that? That's 3. Is that enough? Good. I don't have to say it again. Perfect. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for bearing with the inane social media requests. I do loathe them so much. And now, for a few words from Mr. Regal. These are his thoughts on Hulk Hogan and his Hulkamaniacs. Quite disturbing, isn't it? You know, people are very passionate about things in their lives. Some people are very passionate about religion, others about politics. It grieves me to say that there are an alarming group of people that are passionate about Hulk Hogan. These so-called Hulkamaniacs, they're the lowest form of the low. They are quite pathetic. I mean, why would you worship a man who pounces around like a 50-pence tart, wearing these feather boas? It's disgusting. It was bad enough 18 years ago when Hulk Hogan and his Hulkamaniacs were running wild. But now, in the year 2002, it's just quite sad. Why, I just don't understand. It's a travesty that you people can't respect and follow someone like myself. I wish I could say it's just you pathetic Americans, but it's not. It is a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, you could, worship someone like me. Someone with pride and dignity. Someone who speaks the Queen's English. Someone who can finish a sentence without saying the word brother at the end of it. That really gets on my bloody nerves, that one. Tonight, after I get Hulk Hogan in the ring for the very first time, things are going to change. Hulkamania will be running wild no more. So, I'll direct this at you, Hulk Hogan, so you can understand it in your simple way. What are you going to see when the power of the punch runs wild on thee? No, I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not think that we could get a more topical promo than this one. And I must say, I do agree with Mr. Regal's thoughts. I will say this again, I'm not sure if I will pronounce this right, but do not at me, I do not care. It was bad enough before. And it's bad, if not worse now. You've been listening to the poetry of a promo. I am Mr. J. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Poetry of a Promo. Till next time, ta-ta for now.